everybody. Welcome to my new show, Angel Guidance by Lisa, and I'm on the A1R Radio Network and Moonstruck TV, and I'm so happy you're here. You can find me on Facebook at Pure Love Energy or Instagram at Angel Guidance by Lisa. So I just want to introduce myself. I am a Reiki Master Healer. I'm an evidential medium, intuitive, and teacher of all things spirit. So I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. As a child, I was intrigued by the paranormal. I always wanted to watch mysteries and old Vincent Price movies, and they were always so fascinating to me because I felt like there was something behind them that I didn't quite understand, but I really wanted to find out. So when I was very young, like in grade school, I was rummaging through my parents' coat closet, and I found a deck of tarot cards. And, you know, at that time, they really weren't circulated as something that was mysterious. It was more like a board game, just like the Ouija board was a board game that people still go to now. So I got out these cards, and I started playing with them. And I'd lay them out, and I'd follow the instructions in the book. It was very basic. And I'd start spreading them out and trying to tell my fortune. And that was so interesting to me. I was really having a struggle understanding a lot of these esoteric terms, but eventually I started understanding that different suits of the deck meant different things, and certain symbols meant different things. And that really led me down a path to learning that the world was more than what we saw, that there were other things in the world that were not just what we saw in the physical, that a symbol like an eagle could also mean something that soars high. It means got added insight. It means getting a grander view of things. So this tarot card exploration really piqued my interest. Well, throughout the years, as a teenager and into my 20s, I started going to metaphysical bookstores. People would call them New Age bookstores. These bookstores were filled with things I loved. Crystals, and of course tarot cards, and all kinds of books, incense, music, and it all just resonated with me. I was so excited to be in these stores, and I wanted to spend every dime I had on what I could find. And I started building a library. My library consisted of books that interested me at the time. I started reading about Edgar Cayce, who is called the Sleeping Prophet. Edgar Cayce was a man who was alive in the early 1900s, and he would lay down and go into a trance, and his wife would take notes as to what he would say, because he was guided by spirit, and he would get information for people who wanted to know about medical conditions, people who wanted to know about their future, people who wanted to know how to cope with life. And his information that he received was so accurate that these people who had medical conditions were healed. He was able to advise them as to what to do. So that intrigued me. I read a lot of books about him. And then I also started reading about tarot cards and the meanings behind them and how divination works. I started exploring what pendulums were. I have a pendulum, and you would hold it and it would start to spin either right or clockwise for yes, or left or clockwise for no. And so when I would go into work at a shoe store that I had a job in part-time when I was going to school, my friends would all want me to tell them answers to questions by using my pendulum. And you know what? They were right. The answers were correct. And I thought there has to be something more to this. So on every birthday, I would scrape up my money and go see a psychic. And I would get a tarot card reading. And the psychic would tell me, "Oh, Lisa, you're very psychic." And I said, "Okay, well, maybe." And then I liked to hear that, but I didn't really get it. And then she told me, "Well, you're also a healer." And, you know, I was in my 20s. I didn't feel bad. Why did people need healing? I didn't know. Well, I started to learn a bit more about healing, and that same psychic initiated me into Reiki. And Reiki is a vibrational healing modality. And Reiki is something that is very sacred. And a lot of people are learning about Reiki now because it's becoming more accepted. Did you know that the Mayo Clinic is integrating Reiki healing in certain practices for people in hospice, for other as an alternative therapy for helping people get through illness? So there are becoming scientific studies that show Reiki is really beneficial for people. So I became an initiate in Reiki 1 when I was in my 20s. And time passed, and things happened, and I began to have issues in life and concerns that made me upset. I developed anxiety. I had stress. I had depression. I didn't know what it was. I was shocked. I went to my doctor. He wanted to prescribe me a pill, and I didn't know what that was either. So I took it, and I really didn't feel better. It kind of took the edge off. I knew there had to be something better. Well, eventually I found a book, and it's by an author named Louise Hay. And Louise Hay is probably the one person who really I could point to that was pivotal in changing my life. And her book is called You Can Change Your Life. And what she did, and she was a spiritual science minister. So she would talk to people all the time. She would talk to them about their problems and what was going on in their life and how they thought about it. And she was so interested in what they thought. Well, she started seeing patterns in all of this information that she got from these people. She interviewed thousands of people, and all of these folks would have problems and then would have similar ways of thinking about those very same problems. Well, she reasoned if the thinking in the wrong way got them those problems or conditions or any kind of issues in their body, then maybe thinking about them in the right way could get them out of those problems. And you know what? It did. So she started suggesting to people how to change their thoughts. And when she did, those people began to improve. They began to heal. And that's what inspired me to go on a healing journey for myself. Well, eventually, I did get to a point where I felt balanced, where I felt like I didn't have depression anymore. I didn't have anxiety. I wasn't stressed out. So that's when I turned to learning more about alternative healing. And so my healing path took me to learn another modality called Jinshin Acupuncture, which is another way of energetically healing the body. And then I went on and became a Reiki master in 2 traditions and began to give Reiki to people in my community. And I wasn't even sure, honestly, that it was working, but the feedback was incredible. People felt better. People felt at peace. People would come to me with anxiety and stress, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it did. And you know why? Because I wasn't giving my energy, I was giving Reiki. Reiki is a channeled energy modality. It comes through you, through a person who's been attuned to Reiki, and comes out, and we use our hands. And it comes out the chakras in the palms, and we place our hands lightly or just above the body. And so any condition in the body that would be not in perfect vibration would come up to the Reiki energy and become in harmony with it. And that's what made people feel better. So I was thrilled that I could help people because that's really what I felt good doing. So Reiki heals vibrationally. And that means that it takes energy and transforms it into better energy, to put it simply. It brings it up to the frequency of Reiki, which is love. Reiki is love energy. That's really all it is. And it's not just all it is. I mean, that's really a big deal. The fact that people have the ability to channel love or universal source or God or whatever you want to call it and help people through it is amazing to me. It's miraculous to me. And so, of course, I want to help as many people as possible. So now I actually have I'm in my healing room right now. I have my table over here. I have a couple chairs. People come in and talk to me and they tell me what's going on. They say, Lisa, I have anxiety, I have stress, I have depression, my back hurts, all these things happen. And so I put them on the table, we do the Reiki session, and lo and behold, they feel peace, they feel clarity, they feel lightness, they are so happy, and they go out the door. But I tell them before they leave, you can still feel this way if you will continue to practice better thinking. So whatever thoughts got you into the stress, anxiety, depression, and physical issues, better thinking can get you out. Just like Louise Hay teaches, I also suggest to people that there is a very strong connection between mind and body. And in order to help ourselves, we need to pay attention to our thoughts all the time. It is very, very important. If you start feeling like you're getting depressed, like you have anxiety, there's a way to move through that. And let me tell you what it is. So, something I suggest to all of my clients is that they set their intentions every morning before they even get up. That means that when they get up, I want them to think about how their day is going to go. A lot of people wake up and immediately start going into an anxious mode because they start thinking about all the bad things that can happen in their day, or all the people they don't want to talk to or don't want to interact with because they've been hard to deal with in the past. But I tell them, you must set your intentions. Intend that you're going to be around happy, respectable people. Intend that your energy is going to flow in a harmonious way. Intend that you get to have the best day, regardless of what happens around you. And you know what happens? This is what happens. Since we are vibrational beings and we pull in like energy, we're like walking magnets. We pull in energy from everywhere, all our surroundings. So we actually pull in like thoughts. So if you send out thoughts that you're going to have a day where you're going to have to deal with hard to handle people or people who are argumentative, guess what? Your thoughts are going to travel out there and start pulling in those like experiences. And you're going to experience that. You're going to have issues. You're going to have problems with people. You're going to get what you wish for. You know that saying, be careful what you wish for, it just might come true? This is case in point. So if you intend the opposite, that your day is going to go well, that you're going to have peaceful interactions with people, people are going to get along with you, you just watch. You start noticing these interactions with these folks. You may not believe it at first, but I'm telling you, you're going to start magnetizing like experiences, and you're going to be able to go through the day more smoothly and easily and without stress. Now, maybe you have to repeat those intentions throughout the day. Maybe one time in the morning's not enough. You need to shift your frequency. So I just hope you take that tip and you're able to utilize that for your benefit. And if you have any questions, please let me know. You can message me at Pure Love Energy on Facebook or Angel Guidance by Lisa on Instagram. You can check me out on my website at pureloveenergy.com. So today I'd like to take a caller. I'm honored to speak with Barbara or Barb in Middleton, Ohio. Yes. Hi, Barb. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great.
So, Barb, could you tell me just a little bit about why you're calling today?
Just on a lark, really.
Mm-hmm. What is it that you'd like to know?
Do I know, hon?
What would you like to know? What's your question?
How soon will I get help on my roof?
On your roof? As in your home?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let me just see. I want to, Barb, I believe a lot of what we manifest in life has to do with how we think about things and how things are going.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to draw some cards and see where this heads. All right. Okay.
All right.
So, Barb, one of the things that we need to talk about is how you visualize what you get to have in life. Okay. So, as far as when you think about your roof, are you thinking about like it's never going to get fixed? Is that the idea here? Or you're not seeing a way to get it fixed?
Just not seeing a way to get it fixed.
Okay. And then,
like literally the root of all my anxiety. Because the house is 100% paid for. It's a great house. I started remodeling it, but then I got disabled the same year I inherited the house.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about houses. So we started, I threw my entire retirement savings in to getting it livable. Like it's got brand new electricity, new plumbing, new breaker box. The floors have been re-floored. I mean, it's a 119-year-old house. It was built in 1900.
Okay.
My dad bought it in 1984, and I inherited it. So we spent most of our money getting it up to livable condition. Then we found out about the roof.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I'm feeling like is, okay, the couple things are coming in. One, I'm seeing a time frame of 3 to 6 months for your roof to have this opportunity to fix it, okay? That being said, I don't want you to say it's going to happen in 3 to 6 months, because when you say something and put it out there, you're pushing it away. You're pushing your good away. So I want you to pull it in, okay? So I want you to pull it in. I want you to start deciding when this is going to happen. I want you to decide how it gets to be for you. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to get like a little notebook, and I want you to write a couple things in it for me, okay? And I want you to think about this and do it consistently every day, because this is going to help you manifest this, all right? You have to take a chance on this, all right? So suspend disbelief, and I want you to say, put this in the positive. So I want you to say at the top of the page, I am grateful, okay? And then you're going to put a colon or a comma after it, okay? And I want you to list a few things here, all right? One thing is, so you're already saying, I am grateful, and then you're going to say, I am grateful for my brand new roof, all right? That's one thing, all right? A brand new, all right? Second, I want you to do is I want you to say, I am grateful and I am open to receiving all the help that comes to me to repair my roof. I am open to receiving all the help that comes to me to repair my roof. Okay? All right? And then I want you to say, I am grateful, which you already said, that everything happens for my highest good in perfect timing. Everything happens for my highest good in perfect timing. Okay? Now, what you're doing, and what I want you to do before you do this, I want you to sit quietly, okay? Like, close your eyes and you deep breaths, just breathe in and out. Don't worry about anything else. Don't focus on anything else. I just want you to sit and breathe in and out, okay? And close your eyes. You can put on some relaxing music if you like. What we're trying to do here is shift your consciousness. We're shifting your ability to connect with the spiritual realm, all right? Because you can connect with the spiritual realm. All right? So what I want you to do is sit. I want you to focus. I want you to say, and I want you to ask for guidance. Do you believe in a higher power, Barb?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Some people don't. I have to ask, I don't want to presume, but I do. And so I want you to say, show me a different way. Help me understand this in a different way. And then I want you to look at your list and write it again. Those 3 statements every day. I want you to go through this little ceremony. Really is what it is, a little ceremony. Because what you're doing is you're affirming to God that you have the faith and the trust that God will provide for you. And when you start demonstrating that trust and go through this process, it's very simple. You have the right to do this. You must ask God, you must show your faith, and God will match your faith. So I want you to do this. Start doing this today. And do it every single day. And you will start to call in this abundance in your life. Did you hear me when I said that we attract the thoughts we send out? Did you hear me say that earlier in the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense to you?
I need that third statement, though. Again.
The third statement. Oh, God. Tell me what I said so far. Do you have it written?
The first one was, I am open to receive. I am grateful for my new roof. The second one was, I am open to receiving help for my roof. And I need the third one.
Okay, yes. And I'm grateful that everything happens for my highest good in perfect timing. Everything happens for my highest good in perfect timing. Okay? Did you get it down? Barb? Are you with me? Okay, so anyway, what I've explained to Barb, and this is what I was just talking about earlier, is that what we send out in our thoughts is going to come right back to us. So worry, stress, anxiety is going to push those thoughts out there as worry, stress, anxiety. It's going to pull it back into our lives as more of that stuff. Who wants that? Who wants worry, stress, and anxiety? I don't. I've changed my thoughts. I know that I will be provided for in all ways at all times, as long as I am doing no harm to others, as long as I am open to receiving, as long as I am available to have everything for my highest good. I know that these things are going to fall into line for me. It's important to ask because we have free will, and no one is going to interfere in the spiritual realm with our free will. We have it because we are here to learn. We are here to make decisions, and we are here to demonstrate faith. When we demonstrate faith, then we will be met halfway with the faith coming back to us with the demonstration of what we want. So, hello?
Cut off. Yes, hello.
Hi.
Everything happens for my highest good and
in perfect timing.
And what now?
In perfect timing. Okay? Make sense? Okay. Okay. Barb, message me if you want. I'm on Facebook at pureloveenergy.com. I'm on Instagram at Angel Guidance by Lisa. You can find me on pureloveenergy.com. I'm available for readings, for coaching, for distant healing. Reiki can be sent all over the world. I've done it many times. People gain quite a shift in healing when they receive Reiki. So I really had a lot of fun today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just really honored and grateful to have met all of you. Would you all stop by my Facebook page at Pure Love Energy by Lisa Short and say hi. Really appreciate the time. I'll talk to you soon.